this film was offered to me 2 years back, and Ekta had called me up, and it was a brief conversation where she said that we are planning out a film based on the life of Muhammad Azharuddin. And I didn't think for a second. I said, I'm definitely doing it. I didn't hear the story out because I followed him for those 15, 16 years when he was in our team, and when he was the captain of the Indian cricket team. And then after that, the unfortunate dark phase of Indian cricket and his life when his name was taken, when there was the match fixing allegation drawn on his name. So that was the conversation, and after that we drafted the script. It took around a year after that, and we went on floors. Azhar bhai actually had not okayed the script back then. He okayed it on the third draft, and then we finally went on floor and we shot the film.
Sir, it's a non-fiction film, so how did you prepare for a role?
Well, if you're doing a fictional film, there is 100 different ways you can play a character. But when you're playing a film based on someone's life, who's alive, flesh and blood, people have followed him, you have to be very accurate and as close to home as possible. But in a film of this nature, it was very essential to dramatize certain elements. There were the 4 or 5 songs. So yes, it has elements of being a biopic, but at the same time it dramatizes some moments for our audience to kind of to entertain them, because as part of our culture the songs have to be there, and there are dialogues that people are going to love in this film. So we've dramatized it, I would say 10 to 20%, but most of it is things about cricket that all of you don't know, that have been shared by Azhar bhai with us. They might have come out in the media, a lot of things, but not everything. So Azhar bhai has shared those very, very intimate details about the sport and his life for this film. He's a fantastic person. He's got extreme amount of patience and inner strength to deal with the stuff that he went through in his life at that point of time. After being removed from the sport and the team in year 2000, when he was at the top of his game, I think it takes a lot of courage and inner strength and patience to deal with what he had to deal with. Yeah. Well, I can't speak for a particular time in the sport, and at that time, a lot of things were put forward. Eventually, it was the judicial system that had played out its, the verdict, and he was acquitted of it. But sports around the world, they have hi, how are you doing?
Hi.
They have allegations that have been attached to it of match fixing, and that is a fact. Now, I can't come down to telling you which players fix matches. I can't tell you which games have been fixed, because that anyone's guess.
After doing this, how do you find How do you?
I said it.
Sir, does playing cricket or practicing cricket was really tough, or it was easy for you?
It was the toughest in this film because coming very even close to the way Azhar bhai used to play is extremely tough. The most accomplished batsman was the highest run scorer at one point of time, and I was like an average to below average player. So not too much technicality, which was obvious thanks to Azhar bhai. He taught me these things. I was more of an offside player. I had to play on the leg side because that's where Azhar bhai was very strong. So it took me around 3-4 grilling months of training for cricket every day, 3 hours every day. So yeah, so that's that was the regime back then.
That is, you look quite stunning today, and you played a role of Manila Bhutani in this film. So any compliments from her did you get?
I am unfortunately the only one who has not met anyone, so I didn't get compliments
As yet.
as yet.
As
Let's
yet.
see.
To come soon.
It's come soon.
Nargis, you are recreating the song Goe Goe.
Yes.
How was the experience?
I think I was scared because I always feel like if something was already a hit, and it's like an old song that everyone loved and knows so well, that a part 2 never really does well. But I hope that everyone, really enjoyed it. I liked it. I think they remixed it really well and made it more dancey and modern. So.
Prachi, can you describe about your character?
I played Noreen in the film. Noreen was Azhar's first wife. I think she was barely 16 when they got married. It was an arranged marriage. I think that's a side, that's a part of Azhar's life that not many know about. They do know that she was his first wife, but nothing more than that. So in this film, I think you get to see that part of his life, and I think the way it's been treated, and I just feel like everybody's going to be able to connect to it because I did in a big way. And many things actually about their relationship, about the 9 years of their marriage, which of course, like I said, nobody knows much about. I think that you get to see in the film.
This is your second film with Imran, so are you still afraid?
Am I afraid
Afraid.
of him? Yeah,
Always afraid.
I usually don't sit this close to Imran. I'm a little scared. I'm afraid of Imran. Okay, no. Am I still afraid of him? Funny. That's your question.
It's been
Have
40
you
interviews
ever
since then.
been afraid
Okay,
of
we're
him?
kidding.
No, she
We're-
was in
we're
the
kidding.
first
This
film.
happens after too many interviews. This is what happens. No, this is my second film with Imran, and it was a great experience. I think the familiarity really helped both of us because yes, we play these real life characters. I think it was extremely tough for Imran to play Azhar for many reasons. I mean, I know how hard he worked on this film, and Noreen for me. So just the fact that we were familiar with each other, we shared a great rapport. All of that really made it much easier for both of us, and I had a great experience working with him again.
Imran in Bollywood nowadays, a lot of biopics coming on, like Azhar, Sajid. So do you think like a lot of biopics are coming and it's trending in Bollywood? So there's a lot of competitions in biopics.
Yeah, I mean, this is a trend that actually started off a couple of years back. I keep saying this, the films here are, in the traditional sense, not biopics because, if we, for example, with a film like Azhar, if you're adding songs, if you're taking a bit of creative liberty in this, although we have a lot of facts on our side and, things that have been documented and we put them in the film, it's kind of, I would say, a semi-biopic in nature. But it's a great trend because, it also has a sense of realism in the film of something that's relative to someone's past, like for example films like Airlift, and these are stories that have been lost in time. A film like Azhar is about a person who we've very closely followed, and it's the first biopic of its nature of someone who everyone has followed. So it's very interesting to know how the audience kind of laps it up and how the interest levels are to a film like this.
Imran also is married, so what competitions would like to be?
I'll call up and give wishes.
What are the things that attract you on this role, Azhar role?
What attracted me? The man's life journey. It lends itself to some great cinema. He's seen everything. This is struggling years before he became a cricketer, great success, and then a terrible fall in year 2000 when everything was snatched away from him. When he was just about to complete his 100 test matches, his career was taken away from him on 99. So he's short of that one test match, but the way we see it, he kind of was vindicated and he wins the 100th test match in the court when he wins the court case. So it's a beautiful story. It's kind of tragic also in many ways because Azhar Bhai also lost his son close to the verdict of the case. But he's a very strong person. He's has a lot of will and inner strength, and that has got him through the entire phase.
Imran, after this biopic you want to do next?
I don't know. It depends. If I get a film of, I don't have anyone in mind in that sense. Not someone here though. I've always liked Lance Armstrong. I know Lance Armstrong's film won't come to me, but I've enjoyed reading his book. It's not about the bike. Again, a controversial figure. I'd want to see, as an audience member, to see that life play out on screen because he had 7 world titles snatched away from him because of the obviously everyone knows about that. So that's a very controversial story. Yeah.
Imran, so you have done many great roles and many intense and romantic roles. But how it's possible, but still you are not in any controversy linked to any actress?
Yes.
What is the secret behind
He's a
it?
private person.
I'm very smart.
He's smart.
He's a good guy.
Actors should learn from that.
And practice with Azhar.
Sorry.
And practice with Azhar.
Yeah.
Something about that.
We practiced for 3 months here. It was in Andheri. We used to practice and train every day 3 months last year, Jan. It was the weather was better, so we used to start off at 9 in the morning, and Azhar was always punctual at 9 in the morning. We used to train till 12. Those hours got shorter. By the time it was May, we used to sweat it out. We used to train only for an hour or two, but it was great, playing with him. And that was the toughest for me because my wrists didn't move on like a 40-degree axis, and he was extremely flexible. It took me 6 months of training to get the wrist, the flick right.
Like, famous dialogue you said in the film.
Well, the famous dialogue is मैं 3 चीज़ों के लिए फेमस हूँ. एक खुदा को मानता हूँ, 2 शादी हुई है मेरी, और 3 मैच फिक्स करने के इल्ज़ाम है मुझ पर.
आज आप तीनों ने blue पहना है, so it's just a pure coincidence.
No, we matched.
We matched, we
our
discussed this.
outfits every day.
It's coincidence.
It's coincidence.
I definitely didn't call Imran to say, hey, what are you wearing today? You think we could do a matching outfit?
Your stylist did.
Yeah?
Yeah, your stylist.
Don't lie, Nargis. Don't you lie now. Yeah. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Are we going home?